What's up, VC? Stavros from the Den. Yeah, as usual, took some time away from work to dig in some videos and saw Corey's VC channel. He did a response to NoiseSpektrum's 2 years in the VC contest. I wasn't familiar with NoiseSpektrum, but then I dug in and binge watched some of his stuff. So I thought I'd do, and I thought his contest was really cool. So this is my response to NoiseSpektrum's 2 years in the VC contest, with the theme being 2. And there was 4 questions. You could answer 2 of them for an entry, or you can answer all 4 for 2 entries. I just thought it's cool. So I'm going to answer all 4. Seeing NoiseSpektrum's answer, man, his stuff, there's some stuff that I've never heard of. His videos, there's always such cool rarities and records and labels I've never heard of that I sampled and I love. So I'm a big fan of his channel. Check him out. NoiseSpektrum. Really, really good stuff. So here are my answers to your contest. First question was 2 underappreciated or obscure live albums. Listen, my collection pales in comparison to yours and some of your viewers in terms of obscurities, etc. But here we go. So, underappreciated. This isn't obscure, but underappreciated. This is Jerry Garcia and Merle Saunders live at Keystone on Fantasy Records. Look, I like the Grateful Dead. I love Jerry Garcia. I think he's amazing. And when you team him up with Merle Saunders, this thing cooks. And it sounds great too. So that's my first one. Jerry Garcia, Merle Saunders live at Keystone. This other one, I think it's obscure. I mean, I haven't seen people show it, but how I got it is even funnier. So when I first started collecting, a buddy of mine said, "Oh, my dad's got a bunch of records in his basement. Do you want them?" I was like, "Sure." So he gave them to me, and, you know, it had your standard King and I soundtracks and what else? Some Donnie and Marie. I'm sure some people love that. You know who you are. You know, it had some George Carlin stand-up, which was great. A bunch of Bill Cosby, which, say what you want, you got to separate the art from the man, I guess. But if you listen to those out, never mind. So I'm flipping through all this stuff, and it's nothing I'm interested in. And all of a sudden, I run into this. So this is Led Zeppelin live at the LA Forum. There's nothing there. I don't know what I'm showing you. Live at the LA Forum, June 23rd, 1977. And my favorite part, featuring Keith Moon assisting on drums. And it sounds pretty good. No Quarter on the first side. No Quarter Continue with Black Country Woman on side 2. Out on the Tiles, Moby Dick on side 3. Jimmy Page doing the Star Spangled Banner on side 4, along with Achilles' Last Stand. This was great. I mean, getting it for free out of some collection that was all Annie soundtracks, and the King and I covers beat to shit. This is all torn up, but you know what? I've never seen this anywhere else, so I'm really happy I got it. So that's it for the live albums. Second question. Favorite record labels. This was difficult because I'm all over the place, and my favorite record labels like Vertigo, Swirl, I don't have any or enough. So here's my first one. It says Ubiquiti Records. This is Organ Killing on Floor on Ubiquiti. This was 2012, I believe. Organ is like a 16-piece funk band out of the Bay Area, and Ubiquiti is based out of the West Coast. Here's the label for this one. And their labels change depending on the band, but as a record label, they do a lot of good funk, a lot of good soul, you know, recent bands as well as reissues. And if you like some funk and some soul, you should check out Ubiquiti and especially Oregon. I love this band. Good funk. Second label I really dig is James Brown's for the People label. There you go. This is James Brown's Cross the Track. And back with Boogie and Twist with Maceo and the Max. So, love James Brown's People label. Short-lived. Good funk stuff. A lot of this stuff's going to be funk. Just because that's a lot of what I've been digging recently and a lot of what I listen to. So, this label, sticking on the same note, we're going to the third question, which was 2 great second albums by bands. So, James Brown, People label. The JB's second album, Food for Thought. This is the reissue they did for Record Store Day a couple of years back on the People label. Let me see if I can get this out for you. Came with this oversized poster of the cover. I don't know what. And of course now I can't fold it back up. But same label as the 45. But dude, the JB's with Maceo and Bootsy, what a fucking band they were. What an awesome, awesome band. And to hear the stories about James Brown charging them money every time they made a mistake, and what a stickler he was and what a pain in the ass he was. But the music speaks for itself. So JB's Food for Thought, one of my favorite second sophomore efforts, if you will. Another funk second album, The Meters, Luca Pai. Again, those of you guys who watch me on a regular basis know I love New Orleans tunes. This was on Josie Records. I believe the original was 1970, 71 maybe. This is a reissue from 2012. I don't know who reissued it. Maybe Josie reissued it themselves. But Luca Pai, opening track to the song, is one of my favorites of all time. And the Meters are just one of my favorite bands of all time. Great funk. Alan Toussaint produced a lot of their stuff. And unbelievable. And finally, and probably one of the hardest ones to answer, find 2 albums with the word two, T-W-O, in them. Not the number, not T-O-O, none of that. So, this could have fit as one of my favorite labels as well, but I thought that'd be cheating. So here is Sun Records. This is Johnny Cash and the Tennessee 2. Hopefully you can see that to prove that it's got the word 2 in it, sir. So this is Johnny Cash and the Tennessee 2. I Walk the Line. Back with Get Rhythm on Sun. This is not an original. I wish it was. I wish I had any original Sun stuff. Third Man Records reissued a bunch of these. They do like a batch of 3 or 4 or 5. They did a Jerry Lee Lewis batch. Sounds good. And if I can get my hands on some Sun releases, I do. So with the word 2 in it. And lastly, The Grateful Dead's Two from the Vault. This is a live show from 1968 at the Shrine Auditorium in LA. Weird, like, trifold, maybe quadfold. No. Yes. Yes. Package. Some cool pictures. There's no pictures there. From the auditorium. And a write-up about the concert. Look, I love the Dead, but... And I bought this back when in my completest days, but look at this. Side E, most of the sides are one track each. The side E especially is long and monotonous. And look, I mean, cryptical envelopment. Okay, enough. Enough. Now, 15 minutes of Good Morning Little Schoolgirl and some jamming. Awesome. 18 minutes of That's It for the Other one. Meh. So that wastes, you know, two sides. But Good Morning Little Schoolgirl is awesome. 17 minutes of Turn On Your Love Light. That's awesome. Grateful Dead, Two from the Vault. Say what you want about them. Some of their concerts were amazing. Some of them were awful. This one happens to be pretty good. And that is it. So that's my entry to your contest. I'm just excited I ran into your channel. Noise Spectrum. I'm going to binge more of it and learn about Bonsai and all these other record labels I've never heard of and this metal that I've never heard of. So, peace from the den. Hopefully I get this in before the cutoff date for the contest. Thanks again.